to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, and, of course, producing today, Alex Barardis on a rainy Sunday, a couple days after Thursday, and I don't know if we're completely over the debacle of last Thursday, but good morning to you, P.J., Mr. Negadelphia.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning. Glad to be here. But we'll get.
So you couldn't get out of Ocean City because of it's flooding, or it's getting ready to flood?
High around 1 o'clock. So I'm just my first house on the bay.
First house on the bay, and you're going to get flooded.
I'm sure it's going to happen.
All right, high tide rises all boats. Good morning to you, Alex Barardis.
Good morning, Billy. See, I made the smart decision. I slept at my girlfriend's house last night in Egg Harbor Township. I was making it a point that I was coming to the studio today. I wasn't going to let no storm keep me away from here.
So there was I guess when I first started here at 97.3 ESPN, maybe about a year into it, Josh and I were Josh was working he was producing my show at the time, and there was a nor'easter, and it was in I think I want to say it was in like February or March, and it was associated with snow and everything. It was bad, and the back where I stayed at my brother's house on 7th Street, and where he lives near the water tower, it floods. I mean, it really floods there. I had to go pick up Josh. He was stranded, and we took my Jeep in, and we made it through all the floods, and we made it to the studio. The show must go on.
I was talking to Josh yesterday. He said he's slept at the studio for snowstorms just so he could be ready for. He's an animal. He's a different kind of guy.
He's dedicated.
Dedicated.
You just need to get your oars in the water, PJ, and throw over here.
I just need to get settled in here.
All right, so I don't know, Alex. A couple days after, has it been an easier pill to swallow? Have you come around? Have you cleansed yourself of the 3 losses that we suffered on Thursday night?
Not at all. No, I mean I've had it worse, I think, than anybody. I'm a Penn State guy.
Oh my God!
James Franklin still has a job. We've lost 3 in a row. One was to maybe the worst team in the country, UCLA. Yesterday to Northwestern. Drew Alar, I think, broke his foot, so he's out for the year. I was never a Drew hater. Now, I do say he wasn't showing up. He never showed up in the big games. I can admit that. But you never want to see a guy – he has no more eligibility left in college, so that was the last time we're ever going to see Drew Alar.
And I got to tell you, and I don't know about you, Mr. Negadelphia, but how does how does he continue to get work as a coach?
Because they can't afford to pay him out. It's $48 million.
I heard it was more than that.
It's the typical overcommitment. You know, they're committed.
So, I mean, think about this. Like, I got the Daily News from yesterday. Let me show you the Daily News. If you're watching this on the StreamYard, on the YouTube channel, or the X platform is where we're broadcasting live, at Locker Room 973 is where you can find us, or the LockerRoomBillySchwein.com. I have yesterday's Daily News. Look at that. All 3, Kirkring, Jalen Hurts, and Tockett. 3 losses, 0 for 3.
It's not just losing, it's the way they lost, you know? It was just disappointing. Phillies, I know you've seen Billy. I mean, what was that huddle about right before? Your base loaded, they all got together. The catcher, he's looking, hey,
he was pointing to first base. But you know what? Here's the thing, though, you guys, and let me know if you agree with this. The fact that Kirkring came out and said the pressure got to him, he choked, he owned it. I mean, that's refreshing for an athlete to admit that the pressure got to him.
I mean, but do you want to cut on your team?
Well, he's honest.
Man.
He's not in a high leverage spot.
He's 24 years old. He made a mistake. Now listen, I'm like, how can he? Like, that's baseball 101. All he had to do is go to first base. But the man who's a professional athlete admitted to all Philadelphia fans that he choked, that the pressure got to him. When's the last? I mean, to me, that's refreshing to hear somebody admit it that he choked.
No, I mean, it's good that he's admitting it, but nonetheless,
Wow.
you don't want him on your team. You don't want a guy like your team.
But you know what, PJ? Think about this too, Alex. He did his job. He would have been out of the inning. All he had to do was go to first base.
He did half the job. That is the part that sucks about this.
I got the box score right here. He didn't give up any hits. Where is it?
Pages was hitting 058, I believe, going into that at bat. And I was watching the game with my mom. I said to her, I was like, this is where he rights all of his wrongs right here and just crushes all of our souls. And he did. I mean, he didn't. He hit a batting average. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, but it's not funny. Because I mean, Philadelphia, like, that was going into Thursday night. Everybody was hyped up, positive. You had the Phillies. Looks like they turned the corner with the night before. They hit real well. Schwarber hits 2 Schwarber bombs. The team looks rejuvenated. Only to come out
just to be let down, man. They came in the way they did it, right? They brought it all to the end, base loaded, and then we made an error. Whatever. It's just a disappointing way to get you out of the playoffs.
And listen, you can't let Duran off the hook. I mean, what was he doing?
Nah, he showed up. He pitched the 7th and the 8th, and he pitched 2 shutout innings. He showed up.
He walked 2.
He didn't let up any runs though.
He didn't let anything out.
I would have let Luzardo finish that inning out personally. I think he proved it. He let up the 1 base runner, but he was nails before that. He was determined pitching there. All right,
they too early all the time, Alex. Way too early.
Because they play too much by the statistics now and the numbers and all that. If the guy's feeling it, keep him out there. Let him finish the thing.
Well, this is where but PJ, Mr. Negadelphia, this is where analytics goes off the rails. You got to go with a gut feeling, not what the numbers tell you.
And that's why I think Topper's done.
You think Topper's done?
I do. I wouldn't. I don't think he's a terrible manager, but he didn't do enough to win you this series. Now, yeah, the bats have to hit, no doubt about that.
He can't hit for the players.
But I also do think, though, this is our 4th year running this back. There might just need to be a change of change of leadership.
All right, we'll get into Phillies talk. We got a lot of Eagles talk to get to, and we'll get into that with Scott Grayson at 10:30. We'll get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City. We got plenty of Eagles talk. We're going to talk a little Flyers today.
Oh boy.
Because the Philadelphia Flyers, they have played really well the last 2 games. They lost 2-1 to the Panthers, who are the Stanley Cup 2-time Stanley Cup champions. Rick Tocchet has that team playing. And guess what? Last night they played well too, and guess who he sat? Mitchkov. He only had like 13 minutes. Tock wasn't happy with him. He set him in the overtime.
This is the second time we've had this move.
They got ripped off last night.
We have a statement from Rick Tocchet in the post game.
Let's play that. We're going to play that on the other side because we got to get to a break. But when we come back, we're going to play this clip for you, and I want you, Mr. Negadelphia, to listen to Rick Tocchet. I think there's another coach that's not afraid to say, "Hey, listen, some guys didn't skate. Some guys didn't give me 100% effort. He only played the people that he thought were skating." We'll get to that. All right, we got Eagles, we got Phillies, we got Flyers talk, we got fantasy football. I stink in my league. So does Alex. So I don't feel so bad.
Yeah. 2 peas in a pod over there.
We got the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, calling in. You know where he is today? He's like you. He's taking a page out of your book, Mr. Negadelphia. He's in Greece.
Greece? Oh, my God.
He said he's dedicated. He's going to call in from Greece. So we got him at 11:30. All right, we all set, guys? Ready? Let's get our 3-point stand.
Oh, yeah.
First hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Moody a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda, and Alex Barardis right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Join the Sports Bash every Monday live at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Get your game on with the elevated bar and lounge, 12 slot machines, blackjack, roulette, and a dedicated area with 4 betting windows and 11 kiosks. The ultimate sportsbook experience. Go where fans become fanatics. The Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. And join the Sports Bash live from 2 to 6 with me, Mike Gill, every Monday.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whatever your vision for holiday decorating, the Home Depot has what you need to bring it to life. Like our warm white holiday lights with steady lit technology, so your lights stay glowing even if one bulb fails. Whether you're going for a soft, warm glow or a colorful display of holiday cheer, choose from our wide variety of holiday lights starting at $5 in store only. Find everything you need to get your holidays started with the Home Depot.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Gill from the Sports Bash. You know, I've been telling you about my friends over at the Nizam's Restaurant. Well, don't forget, their Eagles special is back. You get a free order of spicy tandoori chicken wings for dine-in customers when the Eagles win. They also have a great lunch buffet on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and has a great banquet space that can seat up to 100 people for private events and celebrations. So what are you waiting for? Try out the Nizam's in Harbor Square, Egg Harbor Township, right outside of Boscov's.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein. And from home, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda's with us. Of course, Alex Barardis. We got a little microphone there going on. What you got your...
I had to do a change-up. It was coming in a little funny. Does this sound better?
Turn them up a little bit, too, Alex. All right, Mr. Negadelphia is back in his Ocean City residence because of the flooding. He doesn't want to take a chance in the row over here.
It did.
Alex Barardis is with us. And we're still like I played that Riders on the Storm. You know, usually I play police music, but it's so rainy and miserable out there. I put Riders on the Storm because we had to survive a storm on Thursday night that it's going to take a little while to get over. The only thing that's going to help us getting over this is winning. And last night the Flyers could have, they had the game right there. Bobby Brink scored in overtime to win it, only to have it called back. And then a minute later, then Carolina Hurricanes win it. They got robbed last night.
It's been a disappointing week. You know, Bill. I mean, it's just nothing seems to go our way. I mean, we can't catch a break. It's pouring. You know, when it's raining, it's pouring. It's just bad.
All right, so we were looking at Alex and I were talking before the show started, and Mitchkoff, he only played 13 minutes last night. And he's your most talented guy on that team. And listen to what he said after the game. Read between the lines, if you will, Mr. Negadelphia.
Mafe didn't get a shift in overtime. Was that related to the turnover he had at the end of regulation, or?
I just wanted the guys I thought were skating.
He just wanted the guys that he thought were skating. That was Charlie O'Connor who was asking him that question. We've had Charlie on the show, on the program several times before. How about that? Second game, he's benching Mitchkoff in overtime.
I mean, we need the level of effort, right? I mean, we got to have guys out there hustling. Everybody's got to give their 110%. But I mean, you don't want your best players sitting on the bench when you need a goal or you need that pickup. I mean, you want those guys to come through. And this week there's nobody from Philly, including the Flyers. Just no one stepped up to that role.
And I didn't even, yesterday we were complaining on the show. We were complaining about the Eagles, Flyers, and Phillies. And I got a text message from Jimmy Scioli. Says, did you watch the Sixers? Like, who cares about the Sixers? Anybody getting excited about the Sixers?
I mean, if the Sixers are our last hope, this is not good. This is really rough for Philly, man. We need a bounce back from our teams.
I'm looking at the box score for the Flyers last night, and I mean, Bobby Brink, Noah Cates, Forrester. That line was right, Alex. They were firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I think these line combinations that Talk's throwing out are a bit interesting. I don't know. I just don't like having Mitchkov on that first pairing, but you
don't like him with Couturier.
The only reason I do like it is just because Couturier is a good defensive presence, but because I don't know if you can throw him on a line with Trevor Zegras, who I do like, but because you need some defensive presence. And Mitchkov, I will say though, Travis Konechny got crunched along the board yesterday.
Did you see that hit? Did you see that hit, PJ?
Yeah,
he got destroyed. But guess what? Alex Mitchkoff came right over to stick up for his guy,
which I do like, but he shouldn't be that guy. Hathaway did come over,
Delorier he was out there last night.
Delorier's got to stop getting. I get it. You dress them night one, give him the respect, but you got to let.
Actually, he didn't dress.
No, not last night. No. They gave it to Luchenko last night, which I do like because you got to get this kid some reps at the NHL level.
How about Sanheim, man? He had 29 minutes, led the team. 29 minutes, had a goal too.
Well, he had one taken away. Well, no, he didn't have the goal taken away, but that I think the NHL has to figure out what is and what is not goaltender interference, because that overtime goal that was called back last night was not goaltender interference.
But the goalie, if anything, went and pushed into Sanheim.
Yeah, no doubt.
We got Mr. Negadelphia. I've been going back and forth with Craig Berube here. I can't tell you all the things he's been saying, but it's pretty funny. We were talking. They got beat by Toronto. Got beat by the Red Wings. They got crushed last night.
You don't want to see these guys come up one game. We don't want another year of a roller coaster of who's going to show up when. It's nice to see some effort, but without getting the W's, we're just it's going to be another long season.
And of course, the Flyers are back at it. They get their home opener against the Florida Panthers tomorrow night.
Not an easy game either. We saw what happened the first time. So it's tough team.
The Flyers are off to a 0-1-1 start. They open up their home schedule tomorrow against the Florida Panthers. So hopefully Todd can right the ship and get a win at home in his debut at home as the head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, we got to talk about the Eagles because, whose fault? What's going on with this team, Mr. Negadelphia?
I mean, this is not a championship team, man. I mean, listen, if you were to ask me on Thursday night at 6 o'clock what I thought was going to happen with this game, I thought this was going to be a game that we could actually have an assertive win, demonstrate all of our abilities and really, put the team back together. And it didn't go that way at all. I mean, whatever their game plan was, the Giants read it perfectly. I feel like play calling was really poor. I wasn't happy with the officiating.
Dave Klemick said last night that he spoke to a person that's on the practice squad, and he said their offense is too it's too obvious what they're doing. There's no imagination. There's it's a bland. It's an anemic offense. They're predictable.
Yeah, and I think the longer the season goes, the more predictable we become, the easier it makes it for defenses, even when they're not great defenses, like the Giants. And they just dominated the game. It felt like they knew exactly what we were doing before we were doing it.
All right, so you guys know that I like newspapers, right? I get the newspaper, the Daily News, and the Philadelphia Inquirer, right?
I love it.
Look at this, Mike Sealski right here. Hurts is part of the problem, and PJ, last year you made a bet with us. We all you and I were very critical of Jalen Hurts all last year, right?
I was.
We get to the playoffs. You said if he wins, if they win the Super Bowl and he wins MVP, you're going to get everybody Jalen Hurts jerseys.
Yep.
We were not going to be able to give it. We're going to be more patient with him. We're going to not be as critical. But guess what? That's done and over with. Because Mike Sealski writes right here, Hurts is part of the problem.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he didn't play great either. I mean, I think we can all agree that wasn't Hurts' best game. I mean, I think I agree with a lot of the announcers when they say he's not taking a lot of chances. He's looking for those real quick.
One chance he got turned into a pick six.
The other
it wasn't a pick six.
No, he sailed Devontae Smith on the one wide open deep ball. But he's not taking these chances, but I don't think Kevin Patullo's drawing up these plays to give him the chances.
Yeah, he's obviously not comfortable with it, right? Like, if he felt comfortable in some of these play calls that the guys are going to be open, I think he'd be pushing it more. But I think there's not a lot of, as much separation as they were making it out to be. I think the Giants stuck with us the whole way. Even when we had completions, they were there. I mean, it's not like we had wide open plays.
Also, this is Jalen Hurts' sixth now offensive coordinator, and it really doesn't help when half of them are not competent offensive coordinators.
But aren't they running the same plays that they had last year? I mean, Patullo was with the organization.
He was the quarterback coach. So Dan Orlovsky sent out a tweet mid-game saying the Eagles, they're in gun every snap. Where Saquon aligns is giving away the run or the pass. The Eagles are too predictable. I mean, that's just a coaching – that's a coaching mess up right there. Like, if you have – people on TV, I mean, Orlovsky, former NFL quarterback analyst, but if people are noticing on TV, defensive coordinator can see that like that. Like, that's an issue.
For sure.
Well, the league's a copycat league, right? So other teams have seen the formula to stop the Eagles' offense. I mean, you got to remember, this team, ready for this? I think they're 30th in the league in offense.
They've been outgained in every game this year.
Their offense is ranked 30th. The Giants, Jackson Dart's ahead of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not flowing, guys. You know, we're not getting the results that we want, and they should start changing it up. They can't just continue down this path.
But also, this offense gets a lot of the heat, which deservedly so. But this defense, they got manhandled against the Giants. They made Cam Scatterboo look like Marshall Faulk last night.
Well, we didn't have Jalen Carter out there. We didn't have. You know,
I don't. That's not okay. Didn't have Jalen Carter. Quinyon Mitchell got hurt midway through the game.
And Mitchell was out.
You are the defending Super Bowl champs. This is a C-tier team, D-tier team with a rookie quarterback, rookie running back.
Yeah, but guess what?
Dable's on the hot seat. I like Dart. I gotta say, I do like Dart.
Like, you know what we said yesterday on the program? He looked great. Guess what? He's out there taking selfies with the fans. Like he's got that it factor. Like they look like they're having. The Giants look like were having fun. The Eagles look like they were like not happy to be there.
He looked hungry, boys. He looked hungry. He looked like the guys that have already made it, and they look like the guys that are trying to make it.
Did you see how pissed Dable got when Russell Wilson went into the game? He started screaming out the doctor. He said, "Get Dart back in the game." He saw one pass from Russell Wilson go into the dirt in 10 yards. He said, "Get him back out there."
Yeah, I think
Scatterboo's got. He's got this like the whole Giants. Like that was a big win for them. That could turn. I mean, I don't think they're a playoff. Obviously, they're not a playoff team. But you know what? You win a game like that, it could turn your fortunes around for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's a big rival for us, right? It's a division game. It's a team that we're constantly battling with. We have mutual friends, probably that are Giants fans, and it's a game we'd like to win, but we really not show up on Thursday at all.
Now, I do want to list off the Eagles' schedule coming up. Next Sunday, we're at Minnesota. Then we're home against the Giants. So that better be a get-right game. But then it's in Green Bay at night, home against the Lions, away against the Cowboys, home for the Bears, away against the Chargers. That's a gauntlet coming up there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't get any easier. That schedule's tough, man. They got the toughest schedule in the league. And we knew this going in, PJ.
That's how it goes, right? We're the team to beat. So.
You guys, the Eagles were 4-0. Like, when you at the beginning of the season, I thought 3-1 would be like I would be happy with that. They go 4-0 against their first the Bengals, or excuse me, the Cowboys, Chiefs, Rams, and Tampa Bay, right? Yeah.
We won some tough games, but it's not like we won those games. Like I mean, Alex will tell you the stats were not in our favor. You know, we won, but it wasn't. Anything to get us confident
to win the game. We could have been.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly could have gone the other way.
All right, on the other side, we're going to get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market. We'll actually turn it into Grayson's Grades, which you can catch on Mondays with Mike Gill of the Sports Bash. But since the game's already been played, we'll get his take on the Eagles and his impressions on what the Eagles need to do to turn this around. First hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We love it down there. We'll be back there next Sunday for our Eagles pregame show. La Scala's opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, and Alex Barardis right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The train comfort specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The Home Depot has everything you need to turn your home into a beacon of holiday cheer. So whether you're going all out or just adding a few holiday touches, we've got you covered with trees, yard decor, and more. Save time decorating with one of our easy-to-assemble pre-lit trees, or pick up a piece from our Yuletide Lane decor collection and fill your yard with holiday joy. Whatever your style, find everything to get your holidays started at the Home Depot.
Go to get your game on at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go where fans become fanatics at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda on the StreamYard from his house in Ocean City. He was going to row over here today, but he didn't get his oars in the water. And then, of course, producing today, Alex Barardis, and we're still commiserating over the loss, the Thursday night debacle. If you're a Philly fan, it doesn't matter what sport you're watching, it was a tough night. But we'll get through it. And right now, it's time to get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com, or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Scott Grayson. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning, guys.
Is it a good morning, Scott?
The Eagles are not going to lose today. So let's count that as a blessing.
Boy, on a scale from 1 to 10, I know you've seen a lot of sports in this town. That was a pretty tough, on a scale from 1 to 10, rate Thursday night. Is there any positives you can pull from it?
So I was at the game. I was sitting up there with my computer showing the Eagles or the Phillies game. Not really paying much attention to the Eagles game at that point. And all of us in the media were sitting there doing the same thing. And it was crazy how you went from the nail biter to a wild play that ended obviously the Phillies season. Watching what's going on with the Eagles game, at that point, they were answering things offensively, but you still got this feeling like, why are the Giants in this game? And then you had to then watch and pay attention to what was going on the field, and then go into the locker room and hear these guys try to explain what happened. It was a wild night. After what happened over the weekend between the Phillies losing game one Saturday, the Eagles losing on Sunday, there was no way that was going to happen again. But it did.
So, Scott, I know our Dave Clemick loves to ask you, because you're in the locker room, you get to feel the pulse of the team. What was it like in the locker room after that debacle?
It's not quite like the locker room with Billy Schwein, but it's no, honestly, I was in there after the Broncos loss. Being in there 4 days later after. I was even asking the guys. I was like, the loss of the Broncos, you can tell you guys weren't happy about it, like it, of course. But there was more to this one. Losing to the Giants, it seemed like it stung more in the way that they lost. And they all agreed. Yeah, this one does hurt more. This one, I think they thought they were just going to walk out there and beat those guys. And the fact that there was not quite I mean, they got the eye test, right? They got outplayed, they got out-hit, they got out-hustled, they got out-tackled, they got out-coached. It was so flat, and I couldn't believe it. So the biggest thing I'll say about the locker room that I took away, and I was asking some of the guys about it, they were saying, what do you say to the players, kind of thing, and your teammates, and they were saying to each other, or to us, about each other. The biggest thing is going to make sure nobody's starting pointing fingers. So I followed that up and asked them, is that a concern at this point? I hear you guys, the captains especially talking about guys can't do that. Is that a concern that that's going to start? And they said that we've got to make sure it doesn't. So I don't know if that helps give you an idea of where they are right now. But this mini bye, and I think a couple of days away from each other, while the players may have been away from each other, the coaching staff. To me, the coaching staff needed to huddle together and really figure out what's going on here. Because on one end, I don't blame Vic Fangio. You've got corners when Quingon went out. Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson that got roasted.
Yeah.
Dart. And the Giants just kept picking on them. To their credit. Because they were not playing well in the secondary. And those guys were not covering well. And they just kept exploiting it. And then on the other side, though, I don't really like. Well, I will not blame Vic Fangio as much because you can only do as much as you can with the pieces you have, and you didn't have Carter. And I can talk to you more about that too. On offense, you have your pieces. Granted, a little bit of your offensive line is not quite there. Landon Dickerson was out. But I just can't understand how the offense is so inept. They were being asked questions after, are you guys predictable? I think to a certain extent they are. They are showing in my opinion, no real game adjustments. They're showing no ability to run something that later in the game you're running something else off of. So I am starting to myself pointing the finger a little more at Kevin Patullo.
Okay. Hey,
so I want to see what the coach is doing this mini-bye to fix this like they did in the bye a year ago.
So basically, Scott, what you're saying is they had two losses in 5 days. That short week, they just weren't prepared. The coaching staff didn't have this team prepared.
I think a lot of them looked at the Giants and thought, "There's no way these guys give us a chance, right? There's no way these guys give us a game." And driving up to the stadium, when I could no longer hear Philadelphia sports talk, I flipped over to New York. I mean, it was like a monumental meltdown over the Yankees getting eliminated. The Giants weren't even a blip on the radar screen.
They weren't even talking about them.
I don't blame them thinking there's no way these guys are going to come into this game and play us hard. Well, you know what? They doubled you up 34-17.
They got waxed.
Scott, I got to ask you, are there talks in that locker room and in that front office about, making another offensive coordinator change here?
We're not hearing anything about that. And I don't know if we would. The one thing that we saw what they did right when they got rid of the defensive coordinator to decide, right? Good things did not happen. At this point, I don't know that you can get rid of Petulo. But do you bring in an offensive specialist, a consultant like
Dougie P.
Peterson, Frank Reich, somebody who might be willing to take on that role? Listen, I think at this point you got to open all possibilities, and I don't think firing Petulo is necessarily the answer, but giving him some help, maybe.
PJ?
I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I think bringing in a specialist would be ideal, right? I mean, it would give the opportunity for us to create more creativity, use more plays, get something different going, change it up, while not making such a drastic move of another offensive coordinator, which is like we had mentioned before a lot over the last few years, having four. So, I mean, Jalen could definitely use a break there. But if we could get somebody to get some plays that he feels more confidence with, yeah, I mean, I think it would help.
Let me just add this. If we go back to last year, because there's two schools of thought here, right? One is this 2023 all over again? Listen, I'm getting that. I get that more and more. I don't feel that in the locker room yet. Could it get there? It could. So is it that, or is it maybe a case of, you got a new offensive coordinator. They had a brutal first at least 5 games even. I think you can throw the Broncos in there too on the schedule. He didn't really have a chance to take a beat and adjust. And I'm not making excuses for Petulo. Please don't anybody think that. What I am trying to spin that forward into is with some extra time where you can self-scout and you see things that are happening, and maybe it's becoming more glaring when you're able to spend a little more time on what exactly you're doing and trotting out there. Will they learn something? Will they see things with this extra time that will allow, actually, like a year ago, to spin this offense in a different direction or in some kind of a rhythm that it can build off of in a positive direction? That's possible. Do I think that's going to happen? I'm not willing to go that far yet. But I think that's more possible than 2023 to me at this point. But sadly, I think 2023 is still on the table.
We're talking with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson. Every Sunday throughout the football season, we get the keys to the game brought to you by Blitz's Market. Scott, let's talk about Jalen Carter. You had a heel problem. It wasn't really on the radar. I mean, you didn't. He was on the injury report, but he practiced, didn't he?
So the Jalen Carter thing's interesting because I was on the field doing some live shots for Fox 29 before the game. We were watching the players come out and start warming up. You see Jalen Carter come out. He stops and talks to his agent, Drew Rosenhaus. Then he walks out into the end zone a little bit further where Howie Roseman is standing there. He comes up and talks to Howie Roseman. There's a couple other people around him, and Nick Sirianni walks up. They have a conversation. You read body language, you can tell it's not good. They look down at his foot. He's not in cleats. He's not in workout gear. He turns around, goes back in the locker room. This is about 15 to 20 minutes before inactives are due to come out. He's not playing.
Wow.
And that's where that decision was ultimately made. The heel thing kind of creeped up throughout the week. Now, Jalen Carter, to me, this is where I don't know what kind of conversation he was having with Drew Rosenhaus, but there was a little bit of some animated stuff from Rosenhaus in his direction. Again, you're getting this just from what I saw, and
right.
I'm relaying this story to you. I know nothing for sure. Jalen Carter's not having a season he did a year ago. Jalen Carter is not the defensive beast so far that he was a year ago. Has he been banged up? Yes. We've seen him deal with his shoulder a little bit. Now you got this heel. Hopefully this extra time will allow him to get back to form a little bit because they need it. This defense really does matter as far as it starts with him. And we're seeing that. Without him in the lineup there was no pressure. There hasn't been great pressure because even when he's been in there, he hasn't been 100%. So there hasn't been great pressure all season long, which means these guys in the secondary, who, as I said, when Quinyon Mitchell left, put you in a position where it was Keely Ringo who's just flat out stunk out loud, and Adoree Jackson, who stunk out loud on Thursday night. I don't know how you're going to get around that if you can't get a healthy Jalen Carter in there to start making this team at the line have to deal with a real threat. And it would dramatically help those guys in coverage, I think. So either you're going to have to start, if you're Howie, making some changes, and the trade deadline is going to start coming quickly. You have an opportunity to make some deals that could better your secondary. How long is Quinyon going to be out with his hamstring? We all know hamstrings are finicky. Yeah. On the other side of him, I'm not satisfied with anything they have over there. So back to Jalen Carter, that's what happened before the game. That's how the decision was made ultimately, that he was not playing. And where we go from here and whether or not he'll be ready for Sunday at the Vikings, I have no clue.
I was actually going to dive into a little bit with Quinyon Mitchell. Is there any update on how long he could be out for?
We haven't been able to be around the team. They have had this time off, and I think they all were looking forward to getting away from each other and from the coaches and the facility. I think they all needed a bit of a mental break. So when they get back on, I believe, Tuesday, will be when we start getting an idea. And the thing to watch if you're looking for Quinyon Mitchell's status, Wednesday's practice is big, followed by Thursdays. That'll give you an idea if he's going to be trending towards playing. But as we all know, hamstrings are tough. Sometimes they can be bad, like we saw with Trey Turner and the Phillies last year, and he missed a whole ton of time. This year they were a little more cautious, even though it wasn't quite as severe. Hopefully we'll get more info about that when Nick Sirianni starts meeting with the media coming into the week once we get back from the weekend.
And Scott, what you just said is what we talked about yesterday. When you have Saquon Barkley said they can't wait to get out of the building, get away from everybody, like, is there a chemistry problem on this team?
No, you know what that was to me? I think that was flat out honesty. I mean, by the end of a locker room,
that's right. These
guys are looking to run out the door too. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, if you it's only game it's week 6 and they got to get away from their teammates. They spend they spend a lot of time with each other throughout the season. But what's that say to you that they got to get away from each other?
They lost twice in 4 days. I think what that says to me is they all needed a mental break, not necessarily from each other, from the game, from the rigors of playing that game at that level. Billy, you bring up a good point. It is something to watch, and I'm not trying to dismiss it. To me, I'm reading it a little bit differently.
Okay.
Than that they had to get away from. Than point blank, they had to just get away from each other.
Right.
I think they just needed to mentally disengage and come back clearly more focused than they have been.
Well, they got to do something, Scott Grayson, because that loss was unacceptable. And the way they played, the way this team came out with no energy, they got out hit, they got out hustled, like you said, and that's not a good look for a team that's supposed to be the best team in the league. Now, I know they got a tough schedule, we all agree that, but nevertheless, that was a game they should have won against the Giants. And I know in the NFL, it's any given Sunday, but it's just the way they lost doesn't sit well with us.
See, I was okay with the Broncos loss as long as you came back and beat the Giants. Because the Broncos' loss in terms of tiebreakers is the last thing in the world that's going to hit you. But losing a division game, this one could sting at some point down the road. And it was, you're right, Billy, the way they lost. And another thing that you got to keep an eye on, because it's flat out killing them as well offensively, is somehow nobody can catch a kickoff. I don't understand how that's so difficult. When that's your only job. Now, A.J. Dillon went back there during the game. I would imagine he hasn't taken a ton of reps at that. I'm not willing to give him a pass, but Tank Bigsby, like, what are you doing? I mean, it's the only thing you're really doing. And it's killing these guys. They're starting drives at the 10 while the opponents are starting at the 30, 35, 40. This is not a little thing. That's a big deal, because when you go 3 and out from the 10, now you're putting your defense in a bind where the opponent is starting at about the 40 on the other side. It matters. It matters, and they're not doing those little things well. And you saw Nick Sirianni start losing his cool. He doesn't do that. He's an emotional guy. He doesn't quite lose it like that. And you saw what happened. Bigsby got benched.
Yeah.
So they've got to fix that. That is not a little problem. That's got to be really corrected. That cannot happen anymore. Losing the ball and starting at the 5 or the 10-yard line. This offense already has its own problems. They don't need the special teams creating more.
Yeah. All right, Scott Grayson. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm glad we got to talk to you about this because, I mean, everybody's just like walking around down in the dumps. We were 0-3 on Thursday night. The Phillies get eliminated. The Eagles lose to the Giants, and we'll just hope and pray that they get it together. And we'll talk to you next Sunday. We'll be back at the Scala's.
I'll tell you right now, I'm a little worried about this game too. Initial reaction. Let's see if during the week I start adjusting, and somehow the team responds, and what you hear from them during the week is going to help with either help or hurt that. But I'm a little nervous about this one going to Minnesota, and it could be Carson Wentz starting again. Who would love to do nothing more, right? then pick apart Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo. I mean, listen, and can you imagine? Right? Can you imagine if they lose 3 in a row and Carson?
No, don't do that to me, Scott Grayson. Don't do that to me. I'm already crazy as it is.
And I love to fuel that fire.
All right. Listen, Scott, we got to run, brother. As always, we appreciate you, and have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next Sunday. All right,
see you guys.
There he is, Scott Grayson with the keys to the game. Is brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com, or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they'll have private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com. When we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number 1.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Wow, what's this? New flannels, new jacket, and new boots? Did you go to the Hub?
I sure did. They have all the clothes needed for the cold weather.
Do they have anything for me?
They've got women's shirts, boots, jackets, and more. It's about time you go to the Hub.
Is it time to get a new pair of work boots? Then it's time to get to the Hub. Let their friendly staff help you pick out a pair of comfortable, rugged, and waterproof boots. The Hub offers a complete selection of boots from Wolverine, Carolina, Georgia Boot, Rocky, Carhartt, and Timberland Pro. Be sure to check out their line of clothing from Dickies, Carhartt, Camber, and Wigwam. Get to the Hub, specializing in outdoor gear from brands you know and trust. Visit the Hub inside the Summers Point Shopping Center or on Route 40 inside the Mays Landing Diner Shopping Center. Whether you're regular, big, or tall, the Hub fits them all. Here today, here to stay. Also visit online at summerspointhub.com. No matter what the season, the Hub's got you covered. They have a full line of apparel and boots for men with a limited selection for ladies as well. Come and check out the Hub in Summers Point or Mays Landing.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Gill from the Sports Bash. You know, I've been telling you about my friends over at the Nizam's Restaurant. Well, don't forget, their Eagles special is back. You get a free order of spicy tandoori chicken wings for dine-in customers when the Eagles win. They also have a great lunch buffet on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and has a great banquet space that can seat up to 100 people for private events and celebrations. So what are you waiting for? Try out the Nizam's in Harbor Square, Egg Harbor Township, right outside of Boscov's.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda. He's back at his house at OC. And, of course, producer Alex Barardis on a Sunday. It's raining. You know, P.J., Mr. Negadelphia, I said, it's not rain. They're tears. They're tears coming from the heavens. All right, we'll get to the other side. I could hear that, but yeah, man, tough pill to swallow.
Brutal.
Well,
brutal.
On the other side, we'll play a couple clips from A.J. Brown and get your reaction, Mr. Negadelphia, to what he's saying. I'm telling you, this team's got I think they might have a chemistry problem. All right,
we're on to it. Yep.
And we'll get back to a little Phillies talk on the other side. And then at the bottom of the second hour, we're going to have our fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar. He's over there in Greece, but he's going to have his picks for Week 6 in the NFL. So stay tuned for that. The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, brought to you by the Vassar Pool Service, and Alex Barardis, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-976-8822. That's 800-976-8822. 800-976-8822.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Boo!
Get to Nola's Bar and Lounge in Ocean Casino Resort for an epic Halloween party, Friday, October 31st, Halloween night. Enjoy spooktacular cocktails, live entertainment by Steal the Sky, and a chance to win amazing prizes like tickets to Bush and the Totally Tubular Festival, overnight stays, and much more. Don't miss out on the most thrilling Halloween party of the year. Learn more at theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They've got him! It's a sack!
Sixers.
Oh, baby!
And Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein with you. Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda is streaming. He's on the StreamYard. He's stuck in Ocean City. And, of course, producer Alex Barardis is with us today. And we're commiserating over the loss of the Eagles game. The Eagles lost to the Giants. And the Phillies were eliminated by the Dodgers. And the Flyers are off to an 0-1-1 start under the Tocchet regime. And nobody cares about the Sixers, and Penn State got waxed. Third straight loss in a row, and everybody's calling for the head of the head coach. Of course, rightly so. The guy can recruit, but he can't coach.
We're losing recruits now. There's multiple five-star recruits that have said they're not 100% on Penn State anymore.
What say you, Mr. Negadelphia?
you lose the recruits because you're not winning games. Nobody wants to go to a losing team. It doesn't matter how big your program is. If you can't beat the guys that are actually, the legit tough teams to play, it's just disappointing every year.
Yeah, but it's bad enough now where he's not even beaten or losing to Ohio State, Oregon. It's Northwestern. These guys are scrubs.
Franklin
Come on.
didn't have that team prepared for Northwestern. Think about that.
They quit on him.
Penn State.
This team has quit on him, and deservedly so. He sucks.
Yeah.
PJ, Mr. Negadelphia, I think the Eagles have bigger problems than we know.
I'll tell you what.
What's worse than not being prepared is if you have bad chemistry in the locker room and your guys aren't getting along, that could be like a cancer.
Scott was downplaying it, I think. I think he's not recognizing or picking up on a lot with the frustration on both the wide receivers and the offense wanting more to it. And listen, you watch that game, tell me you're not frustrated. I know if I was on the team, we would start to have some issues as well.
All right, but you guys, Saquon Barkley has 300 yards rushing in 6 games. And, he hasn't been complaining like A.J. Brown's been complaining. And all of a sudden, the Eagles are looking like Jalen Hurts. They're forcing it to A.J. to make him happy, and yet he's not. We got a clip we're going to play for you, P.J. Listen to this.
I think he's doing an amazing job. He's trying to get us the ball and talk about things that we may see in the ideas that he has. And, it's nonstop communication. And I know he's getting a lot of scrutiny, but, I think he's doing a good job and keeping this thing going.
Now that's A.J. Brown talking about Petula.
So the guy we're all criticizing, the guy who's been getting criticized in the locker room, is actually backing him up.
Right.
Yeah, which I don't know if it's right, though. At the same time, AJ might just be playing his cards nice on the air there. But, he has to be frustrated with the idea that even the play calls that are being made don't seem like they're creating a lot of opportunities here.
You know what? I don't know. Hey, Alex, I don't necessarily believe it. I don't believe anything that comes out of AJ's mouth, to be honest with you.
No, this guy.
He said the other day that they had the meeting, right? And he said that Barkley said they had a meeting. Jalen Hurts said they had a meeting, but AJ Brown was in the meeting. He said he was. What meeting?
No, I was always a firm believer that this was not. AJ Brown was actually not the diva. He was, good receiver. But now I've thrown all that out the window. It's like, dude. It has been confirmed by multiple coaches that there's 3 parties in this meeting. 2 out of the 3 says this has happened, and you're the one guy who's going to say, "Oh, I don't recall that." Dude, give me a break.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't trust it. And he plays both sides. He'll say something online, then he'll take it down. He'll record it. I mean, you either feel that way or you don't. It's not back and forth.
Well, then the question comes into where it's like, is he looking to get traded out? And it's like, dude, you're making it pretty hard right now to get traded because if you want to get traded, just be quiet and just, let your performance on the field dictate. That.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If he's not getting the ball, and he doesn't think it's his fault, obviously.
I don't think it's his fault either.
He's got a problem with. He should he's endorsing Petula, saying he's doing a good job, but in fact he's not because he's not getting the ball. So that means it's either it's Jalen Hurts' fault. It's got to be somebody's fault. It's not his fault.
No, he's getting the targets. They're just not quality targets.
They're overthrowing them. He's missing them.
Not even that. It's just when he gets completions, it's 6-yard out routes, like 5-yard curl routes. That's not A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's a one-on-one go physical receiver. Just throw the ball up there. I'll catch it. I'll bring it down. That's his game. They're not playing to his game right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and we felt that way multiple times throughout last year, and even Josh had gotten on me a little bit saying, no, he does go deep a lot, but I don't feel like Hurts throws deep enough, and maybe that's the play calling. Maybe it's when he doesn't see anything initially open, he moves to a run route or tries to get out of there, but I'd like to see him, extend some plays and actually throw the ball deep. That would be great.
Well, I got to tell you guys, I watched the replay on the NFL Network, and the cameras are from behind, right? You can see the whole field. There were people that were open. Guys open. I mean, look at Dallas Goedert. My gosh, the guy had 9 receptions, 11 targets, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, he's getting the ball. But when you look for the NFL Network, you can see like it's from behind you. You're looking at it's like a drone view, or that camera that's above the field, and you can see the play developing. You can see the whole field that way. There are people that are open. He's just missing them.
Look, I have A.J. Brown's stats here. Week 2, he had 8 targets, but the big thing is he had 5.5 average yards per catch.
Right.
Week 3, 10 targets. Week 4, 9, 8, 9. But he's getting 3.5 yards average per reception, 8 yards average per reception. That's not what we need at him. We can't have his average yards be 4 per catch. Like it needs to be more like week 3, he had 18 yards average per catch. That's what we need from A.J. Brown.
Yeah, and that's Jalen. He's got to extend those plays. You can't just toss it after 3 seconds. He's got to get more time out there. And if it's scrambling, that's what he's got to do.
And guys, I got to tell you this: I'm done with the tush push. They did it 4 times in a row on one series.
It got him a touchdown.
I know, but guess what, man? Just run the ball down their throat.
They can't. They can't. The offensive line.
So we lost Mekhi Becton off the. Now we didn't have Landon Dickerson obviously the other night.
He's got to figure it out.
Well, he's got to figure. We had. One guy off this offensive line is going to change the whole dynamic. They can't block all of a sudden. What's going on with Jordan Mailata?
I mean, it'd be nice to see more fakes for the tush push and more runs. I mean, it'd be nice. We've done it once, twice, maybe.
I'm just sick of the tush push. I really am, Alex.
I also, the offensive line, it doesn't look good. But I think it does go back to the point of what Dan Orlovsky was saying. Where Saquon Barkley lines up in the backfield is dictating whether the defense knows it's a run or a pass. So if he's, standing right next to Jalen Hurts and it's going to be an inside handoff, defensive line sees that. They're like, all right, let's just bunch the middle. So he's not going to go anywhere. And I think that's exactly what's happening.
That's what's happening, yeah. Very predictable.
Negadelphia, I'm done with the tush push. I'm done with it.
Yeah, listen, if we can't, if we're not winning games, it's really hurting our look. If we're winning with it, it's a different story.
All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named best of Philly, best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Or if you want to drown your sorrows, check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda, Alex Barardis, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Join the Sports Bash every Monday live at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Get your game on with the elevated bar and lounge, 12 slot machines, blackjack, roulette, and a dedicated area with 4 betting windows and 11 kiosks. The ultimate sportsbook experience. Go where fans become fanatics. The Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. And join the Sports Bash live from 2 to 6 with me, Mike Gill, every Monday.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale, and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com, because we're paying the sales tax.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Whatever your vision for holiday decorating, the Home Depot has what you need to bring it to life. Like our warm white holiday lights with steady lit technology, so your lights stay glowing even if one bulb fails. Whether you're going for a soft, warm glow or a colorful display of holiday cheer, choose from our wide variety of holiday lights starting at $5 in store only. Find everything you need to get your holidays started with the Home Depot.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Warm up this fall with an incredible seafood boil. Try the Uncle George with succulent snow crabs, tasty mussels, and shrimp. There's the Pete's Feast with 2 pounds of sweet succulent crab legs, a dozen shrimp, clams, and a pound of mussels. Or create your own boil. Add a lobster tail or a delicious Dungeness cluster. Include smoked sausage, corn, and potatoes, served in our tasty broth, made with white wine and our signature seasonings. A shellfish lover's dream at Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, the official sports bar of your world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Go where the players go. Come join us all season for Eagles pep rallies, watch parties, and the best in-game experience anywhere. Ice cold draft beer, world famous food, and fan-friendly fun for every Eagles game. Every Monday night in South Philly, the Jordan Mailata Show, presented by Miller Lite, followed by Chicky and Pete's Players Lounge with a current player, hosted by Ike Reese and Hugh Douglas. Go where the players go. Chickies and Pete's.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda, and, of course, Alex Barardis pushing the buttons, keeping me on the air. And right now, Mr. Negadelphia, we're going to be joined with Mike Gill from the Sports Bash to calm me down, Mike. I want to commit Harry Carey, man. This is ridiculous.
I'm not even sure I can calm you down, Schwein.
What's going on, Mike Gill?
I don't know if you saw this. Milton Williams, who plays for the Patriots now, he's on the injured list today with an illness. I said, anybody connected to this team is starting to go down. He's getting sick. It's crazy.
Mike, we just had Scott Grayson on from Fox 29 News, and I know you have him on with you every Monday for Grayson's Grades, and, of course, on 97.3ESPN.com there. He said that he doesn't want to say there's a chemistry problem with his team, but, you see certain body language, and then Jalen Carter's, he's talking to his agent that he doesn't play. Like, something's up with this team, man.
Well, we had talked during the week about Jalen Carter. Apparently he had a heel problem, and he couldn't push off, which was one of the reasons why he ended up not playing in the game, that he ended up getting a heel injury late in the week in practice. But I don't think anybody thought it was like to the point he wasn't going to play. And then it's like, hey, I'm not playing in a week 5 game on this surface at MetLife Stadium, which is notoriously terrible. I'm just not doing it. This sort of happens. Like, you remember the movie Major League when they, then Major League 2, everybody was like coming up with like high price stuff, and they didn't want to do anything. Like, the team wins the Super Bowl, and now it's like, the one thing about A.J. Brown and all this, he said after the Super Bowl last year that it was not fulfilling to him. Do you remember that?
Do you believe what comes out of his mouth?
Well, I mean, he's a very philosophical
I think he just talks.
guy.
I think he just talks to just talk.
He might, but he did say that winning the Super Bowl was not what he thought it would be. And if you win the Super Bowl and that is not fulfilling enough,
right?
Then what is the goal when you play? It becomes, is it individual stats?
He said that when he gets enjoyment, or he gets the fill of the rush by beating the other cornerback and making him hang his head, he said.
Yeah, like beating your one-on-one guy. So he feels like he is not contributing to the wins. So he's saying, if I'm putting in, because he talked about, there was a podcast that he did after the Super Bowl, and he talked about in the podcast that he makes all these sacrifices to take time away from his family. He doesn't drink, he doesn't party, he doesn't smoke. So he could not celebrate in the way that maybe you celebrate a victory. So he's saying, I could not celebrate this victory, so I could not fulfill myself like I thought I could. And if I'm keeping my time away from my family, and the result is we won a game, but I did not contribute, then I feel like I wasted my time. So you have this balance of, hey, I'm not contributing even though we're winning. And then you're saying, well, you're winning. What do you care? Well, he's saying we are winning, but my time is valuable, and my time away from my family is being spent here. And if you're not going to use me, don't waste my time.
Yeah, but
it almost seems like
by the same token, Mike, he's still making millions of dollars.
We're still paying him.
We're playing him, and he's providing for his family by being there.
I agree. Well, that's where he needs to understand that, like Drew Brees said something last week, which we played the audio from, which was interesting. He said, listen, the leader has to say, this week, this is the way we're going to win the game. Get on board. Like, you're not going to be a part of it this week, or your blocking is going to be why we win the game this week. Like, you have to set the tone at the beginning of the week when you put that game plan in. This is how we're going to win, and this is your role in that win. It might not be 8 catches, but it might be 8 blocks or 8 times where
he's not gonna
you drew so much attention that the other guy excelled.
Right.
Well, Mike, you're saying that leader in that locker room. Who is that, right? Is that Lane Johnson? Because we don't have Brandon Graham. We don't have Fletcher Cox. We don't have these guys that we've had in the past to, be that vocal guy in the locker room.
I mean, Lane Johnson, I think this week was interesting because when he spoke, he chooses wisely when he wants to say something. He generally doesn't come out and say something crazy, but he did say, like, we're very predictable. This happened in, the 2023 season and a little bit last year when they had the problems, and then Jalen came out and said, is that what you all wanted to see? They were having some predictability issues. Like, that's not act like this offense was exciting us and wasn't like an amusement park here. This thing has had problems last year, the year before that. And this is what happens when you constantly keep changing over the play caller and you're getting guys who, never done this before and they're trying to get a rhythm. And then you have somebody in your ear. Look, these guys are professionals. Guess what? They're professionals, but people complain to them. And then when they complain, it's hard to say to A.J. Brown, well, then I'm not going to incorporate you if you keep complaining. And then Devontae Smith is telling Diana Rossini, well, I'm not happy. And then you're the coordinator and you're saying, I've never done this before. I feel like it's like the Phillies, where every at bat, they feel like if they don't do something, the crowd is going to just lambaste them. This guy calling plays has to call the perfect play every single time. Otherwise, he's got everybody waiting to say, you're not qualified for this job. And that's a hard way to do your job.
PJ.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if he's got pressure on him, it's the same thing of one of our pitchers saying that, hey, I folded under pressure. It's like, then you shouldn't be in that role. Like if you can't handle it, then we got to find someone that rises to the occasion when the pressure's on.
But PJ, that's a little different. Kirkering, I thought it was refreshing, Mike, that Kirkering, everybody knew what he did. He owned it. He said, I choked under pressure, Mike. I think that's admirable.
But you know what? In that situation, if you're Kirkering, and I said, I don't feel bad for the kid. You know why? Because he could have told his manager, listen, that role's not for me. I am not ready for that role. Do not use me. Listen, I coached 13-year-old kids. We're in the World Series a couple of years ago. I told every kid before the game, listen, it's not everybody's day every day. If you feel like today's not your day, you can say, Coach, it's not my day. That's why we have 15 guys here. And I had a kid tell me that day, Coach, get me out of the game. It's not my day today.
Really?
And he was pitching that day, and he just didn't have it on the mound. Instead of staying out there and getting lambasted, he said, Coach, I just don't have it today. Get me out of the game. But that comes to the manager to say. And, I'm not saying that I know more than Rob Thompson or anybody, but just say to your guys, if this is a role that you don't think you can fulfill, you need to let me know. Now, you're a professional. You don't want to say I can't fulfill that role, but his numbers have suggested he can't fulfill that role. Runners on base, inherited runners, big-time spots. That kid has failed in that role over and over, and yet the organization kept putting him in that spot. I don't understand where the kid doesn't then say, guys, you keep using me, but this is not my spot.
Was Luzardo the right? Because I would have kept Luzardo in there. Was that the right spot?
I would have kept Luzardo in there too. Now, these are the things, this is why I hate, listen, I get it. Fans want to lambaste the manager. He's the face of the decisions.
Right.
But we never know what goes on behind the scenes of, hey, man, Luzardo's only available for 30 pitches tonight. He just threw 2 days ago. You can't use him any more than 30. And then your answer would be, well, why? You don't have a game tomorrow. Well, the doctor said you can't use him anymore because he threw 95 pitches on Tuesday night. We don't want him throwing another 58 pitches on Thursday night. So those conversations we don't ever know because he did indicate, Thompson, the plan was to go 1 inning. But because he got out of that inning so fast, they did send him back out there. But I think the indication was 1 inning was it for however many pitches he threw in that 1 inning. That was probably going to be his limit. And then they sent him back out for the 2nd inning. Well, when the pitch count started to get up to a certain number, and then the right-handed batters came up, righty. Look, we hate all these decisions. We blame the manager. I always say, it's not the manager you don't like. It's the analytics that you hate. And the face of the analytics is the manager. He has to, lay out the plan given to him by the organization. They all come together with their binder and say, right-handed batter, left-handed batter, lefty. This guy pitches in this inning. This guy pitches in that inning. There is no feel anymore. It's all in the binder.
Not at all. Yep. I got to tell you, I think, and I've said this numerous times, that I'm not an analyst. Mike, get off my lawn. I'm not an analytic guy. And I think that baseball has lost a certain amount of, a certain amount of the allure of making decisions from your gut. I'm making a decision on you.
Those days are over, Bill. And listen,
get off my lawn, Mike Gill.
I manage. I love the strategy. I hate the DH. I don't need the DH. Get it out.
Get it out.
I want strategy involved in baseball, but they have taken it, and it has really sucked the life out of a lot of these moments. And look, the fodder the next day, it's always great. It's the manager's fault. He ruined everything. Now, I will say there are certain in-game situations where like the bunt, obviously, I think that's a call that he makes by himself. I don't think this was a pre-planned thing where, hey, 48% of time with a runner on second base, you're going to lay down a bunt. I think he just bunted because he thought it was the right play, and I didn't like the bunt play, but we don't need to revisit that. But all of these other things, the lineup, who pitches, lefty versus lefty. I had a guy text in the other day. If I ever hear lefty versus lefty again, that's all you're going to hear. Because these organizations, that is, and look, the numbers suggest it, lefties just don't hit lefties very well. In what world would Alec Bohm get intentionally walked twice in the same game for no other reason is that Brandon Marsh hits left-handed and he was on deck. That's it.
Right. So, look, hey, PJ, Alex, I got Mike Gill all fired up, and I can't wait to hear the Sports Bash tomorrow from – wait, you're not even on tomorrow, are you? You're off tomorrow. You off tomorrow?
Man, we don't take holidays off here.
Listen to you. All right, Mike Gill.
Yeah, tomorrow, by the way, we are at Ocean Casino Fanatics Sportsbook tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, have a great show. I know you got a lot to get off your chest. You didn't have Friday. Wasn't long enough to do it?
Friday was one of the stranger shows we've ever done where you're trying to morph two. I think that Eagles loss was one of the most pathetic losses in the time I've been on the radio.
Yes.
And that's saying something. However, the Phillies loss and the finality of it, I will say this as I get out. You guys can maybe fodder this afterwards. Everybody says blow it up, break it up. This is a horrible free agent class. There is nobody to go after. They might have to run it back with one more time because there are no avenues with the contracts they have, the lack of free agents. There is really not a lot of ways to fix this thing this offseason. I'll leave you with that.
All right, Mike Gill, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll check you out tomorrow, 2 to 6, with Mike Gill in the Sports Bash. All right, Mike, talk to you soon.
See ya.
Take care, Mike.
Yeah, you know what, PJ? I got to tell you, man, and Alex, a lot of people are like, blow it up, but Mike does make a good point. Like, with Castellanos, especially what he said when he was quoted as saying, like, about the fans, they can be really good, but with like a headwind and a tailwind, if you're not playing well, they're going to let you know it. Well, hello, it's Philadelphia. We're passionate.
You can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, and Nick, we could do without him, honestly. He's the last one we want to hear out of his mouth after the season he gave us. I mean, I would rather – I'm more concerned about how much money we're going to have to pay Schwarber if we want to keep him. And there's a lot –
highest payroll in the league right now.
And it's only going to get worse. Like, if we're going to maintain what we have, it's going to cost more money.
All right, PJ, how you doing in your fantasy football league?
You know what I always tend to do? I just play the guy that has the worst week every week. That's how I win. That's literally my strategy.
2-4, Mr. Negadelphia. Actually, all three of us aren't doing well, I don't think.
No. I win, but I have the second lowest score every week. I just win.
This show just breeds losers, it sounds like.
All right, on the other side, we're going to talk with my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. He's going to be calling us from Greece. So stick around for that, everybody, because you got to get your fantasy football team. He's going to give us his picks for Week 6 in the NFL. You want to get back on the winning ledge, you got to listen to the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the Second Hour Locker with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. And they were Kathy, who was that? Ripa? Kelly Ripa?
Oh, Kelly Ripa.
She was talking about the Circle Liquor Store in her show the other day.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, man, it's a class. It's been around forever, you know?
All right. Hey, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We love it there, don't we, PJ? We like that meatball trio?
Listen, I was missing it last week. You know what I mean? It's the only thing to look forward to on Sundays at this point, you know?
Well, we'll be back at La Scala's next Sunday for our Eagles pregame show. La Scala's opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out on La Scala's are located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll talk with my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda, and Alex Barardis right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Gill from the Sports Bash. You know, I've been telling you about my friends over at the Nizam's Restaurant. Well, don't forget, their Eagles special is back. You get a free order of spicy tandoori chicken wings for dine-in customers when the Eagles win. They also have a great lunch buffet on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and has a great banquet space that can seat up to 100 people for private events and celebrations. So what are you waiting for? Try out the Nizam's in Harbor Square, Egg Harbor Township, right outside of Boscov's.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda, and Alex Barardis is producing today, and we are commiserating a little bit, P.J. We're gonna make it through this, but boy, I'll tell you what, man, talk about a dark cloud over our heads.
It's been a long week, and this is the typical way to end it with a rainy storm, because that's what it's been in Philly.
Well, now it goes from bad to worse, because we're going to talk to my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant at Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, and spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com or call them for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room all the way from Greece, my fantasy football guru and yours, Brian Hartley. Good morning, Guru.
Billy, I am a dedicated employee. You know, that free T-shirt even gets you calls from Athens, Greece, to get this show in. All right.
First of all,
you got to make sure next year I might need like a second shirt or another one of those cups you got me.
I'll give you a free dinner at Charlie's.
Billy, I got to tell you, I'm watching the weather there. You know, my mom is home with the kids. I'm here with my wife in Athens. We got a
you left the kids. You left the kids at home.
Oh, there's no kids here, Billy. No kids.
That means another one could be on the way.
Well, that'd be a problem, I got to tell you. We are here, then Mykonos, and then Sicily and Rome and a bunch of other stops along the way. And I'm on the back of a catamaran right now watching the sunset over Athens. It is absolutely beautiful out here right now. However, I'm watching the radar, wondering what's going to become of my house in Ocean City when I get home. But, I guess we'll see what happens. There's not much I can do about that.
Well, P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, he's actually back at his house in Ocean City for fear that he wouldn't get off the island or be able to get back in. There's going to be an extra high tide today. But what I'm more concerned with or surprised at is the fact that Scott let you have off during the Columbus weekend.
Well, like we discussed via text, when the wife decides something, sometimes you just have to go with it. It'd be a hard thing to pit my wife against Scott, but in this case, you know what? In this case, with the weather, it kind of worked out there, didn't it?
Yeah. All right, Guru. Not only was Thursday night just a nightmare for Philadelphia sports fans, I'm not any better on my fantasy football. This is the worst year I'm ever having. And what's really funny about this is, previous years, I always had to overcome injuries, and I did it. This year, I haven't really had anybody. I mean, I've had Tyreek Hill got hurt. Other than that, that's it.
Hurt. His leg was sideways.
Yeah, he got hurt pretty bad. But I'm 0-5. I can't get off the schneid.
Billy, one of your biggest problems is you're a homer. And you always take the Eagles players, and this year it's not working out.
Nah, not at all.
What it comes down to. Listen, I got Barkley in my draft. He went to me at, I believe it was the 8th pick, and I was like shocked that he fell to the 8th pick in my one league. Snapped him up. Well, now I'm paying the price because he probably should have gone like 20th. But it is what it is. There's still a lot of time left. But you're right. Thursday was a depressing day for Philly sports fans all around. I mean, Kirkering, Billy Buckner, whatever you want to call him, was disastrous. I coached a 9 and 10 fall ball game about 2 hours before that game, and it was kind of like the same outcome there. It's a learning curve, and the Phillies got a lot of issues they got to work through. They got a lot of free agent problems that they're going to have to figure out who they're going to pay and who they're not. And then the Eagles just looked awful. I mean, at one point it looked like they were going to march down the field. They were down 10. Looked like they were going to get some points out of that, whether it was going to be a field goal or a touchdown. And obviously the Hurts interception goes down the sideline and puts the Giants in position to kill a lot more clock and score a touchdown. And if you're fortunate like me to have Cam Scattergood on your fantasy team, then, it kind of works out a little bit in one way, but doesn't really make up for it on the other end.
Brian, I know you're the Denver Broncos guy. You guys came into our home, kind of stomped us out a little.
Couldn't lose that week.
You guys are losing. You just gave up a safety to the New York Jets. You're losing 11-10 right now. But I do got to ask.
I just got on here. It was still 10-9.
Yeah, I had to take a shot at you real quick. But I do got to ask you, rookie sensation in Tampa Bay, Emeka Egbuka. Today, no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans. Is this a day for him to just go nuclear once again?
The guy's an absolute stud, and everyone talked about that going into the draft, and I really just didn't feel it. I felt you got Evans, you got Godwin, you got all sorts of talent over there. You got running backs with Rashad White, and those guys, and it just I thought he'd play a role, but I didn't think he'd play this big a role. I mean, that guy has been an absolute stud, and you can make a case for, between injuries and everything else, he's probably the number one wide receiver at this point. I mean, the guy's been phenomenal, putting up fantasy points, scoring almost every single week, and he's going to continue to do so. I mean, they throw the ball, they're going to have to score points, and with the injuries they have, he is definitely the number one. And even when Evans comes back and maybe Godwin, 3/4 of the way through the season gets back to 100%, he's still going to be the guy. So bravo to those guys that took the chance and drafted him a little higher probably than most people thought.
PJ?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Baker Mayfield's been playing great too, which helps, right? I mean, if you got a quarterback that's going to be launching the ball like that and throwing accurately, it's great to have Evans in there, I'm sure, but he's doing good.
Yeah, those guys throw the ball. I mean, that has always been the case. They seem to, a couple of years ago they had a great defense. Their defense is not really the same. So they're in shootouts. It seems like every single week they have got to either play from behind or try to keep up with someone. So, fantasy value, Baker Mayfield has been an absolute stud the last couple of years, and now, the wide receiver, he's phenomenal as well.
All right, fantasy football guru Brian Hartley. Now it's time for your picks for Week 6 in the NFL, all the way from Greece.
All right, I like Matthew Stafford against Baltimore, Dak Prescott against Carolina, and Jordan Love going against the terrible Cincinnati Bengals. I also like Krosky Merritt going against Chicago, Tony Pollard against Las Vegas, and Michael Carter going against Indy. You got Kyler Murray's out, so I like them running the ball some more today. Also, at wide receiver, I like McMillan going against Dallas. Stephon Diggs is coming on strong lately. He's been a late-round pick added in waiver wires last couple of weeks against New Orleans. Kendrick Bourne, again, with injuries going against Tampa Bay and what I think will be a shootout. And, man, you got to like Ferguson, the tight end from the Dallas Cowboys going against Cincinnati. That guy has been getting a ton of targets. He's been getting in the end zone. So you got to plug him into your lineup. Those are my picks for Week 6 of the NFL season.
I got to tell you, Brian, you are a great employee to be able to call in all the way from Greece. And you're what time is it out there over there?
It is now 6:40, and you gotta give a little credit to Verizon and the travel pass. $12 a day, you can make whatever calls or data you want. So it pays off, Billy. So you owe me $12.
You got it, Brian. All right, as always, we appreciate you, and we'll talk to you when you coming home.
I will be doing the show from Rome next Sunday.
Oh, jeez. All right, we look forward to that. All right, Brian, get back to it and have a great rest of your time, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All right, there he is, the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant at Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com or call in for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the Shore since 44. That's Charlie's Bar. So how about that, PJ, all the way from Greece? Next week he's going to call us from Rome.
Listen,
I'm
jealous.
Dedicated employee.
The guy's on the road. I like it. He's a road warrior.
Just to show you how much times have changed. When my sister lived in Schweinfurt, Germany, when I was, we're talking 1973, 74, something like that around there.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't. It was too expensive to call. My mom, dad couldn't talk to my sister like we just talked to Brian. He's in Greece. We had to do.
Back then they still had the Berlin Wall, right? I mean, it was that.
You know what we had to do? Yeah. Guess what, guys? You know how we had we got a tape recorder and talked on the tape recorder, and just told her what you're doing, what you're up to, and then you mailed the tape to her.
That's funny. That's so funny.
That's something.
Times have changed.
Well, something's got to change with the Eagles because PJ, man, they better straighten it out. That, like Alex just said, it doesn't get any easier. We're going to go to Minnesota next week. If Quinyon Mitchell doesn't play, we're in trouble.
Yeah, it's not just that, right? It's going to be a tough game over there. I think everybody's nervous about it, especially after these last couple of games where we just didn't look good. But coming back from that, the following week, we're going to play the Giants again. And if we don't have our stuff together by then, I mean, we'll know where this season is headed, right? It'll definitely show its true colors.
Could you imagine what happens if the Eagles lose next week after a mini bye, after getting waxed, they didn't show up against the Giants? Could you imagine? I don't want talk about Thursday night. This is going to be Thursday night squared.
Philadelphia will turn into Gotham City if that happens. But I said to you last week, Billy. I felt like that Denver game was kind of setting up for the Giants to be that get right game, and I guess I got half of it right because I agree.
2 losses in 5 days, Alex.
It's disgusting. It's just outright disgusting.
championship teams, like we talked about this the other day with Dave Klemick and Nicky Earnshaw. Like, they won the Super Bowl. Are they not hungry this year? Are all these diva personalities distracting from the goal at hand? Remember, now they're the chased. Before we were the chasers, it was a lot easier. Now we're the chased. We're being chased, and they're not handling it well.
It certainly seems like that, Billy. It certainly seems like that's the case.
Are they just, you guys? Are they just not good enough?
I think the talent's there. I just think it's the play calling and the continuity of playing together. They just don't have it.
And what I don't understand is all of training camp, all of preseason, these guys were saying last year doesn't matter. Sirianni's not letting the guys watch the banner.
All lip
down
service,
because,
Alex.
Yeah, like
they gotta say
if
that.
you're saying all that stuff, well, you're not proving it now. Like all that was just hoopla then, I guess.
So you know what I just showed, where's my article? Where's my paper? I showed you this earlier, PJ, and I'm going to show you guys again. If you're watching on StreamYard or the YouTube channel or the X platform, I got my Philadelphia Inquirer. And Mike Selsky writes an article, and I didn't read the whole thing, but it says Hurts is part of the problem. Guess what? I'm going to go a little further, you guys. I'm going to say he's a big problem because this team revolves around how well their quarterback plays. And if he's on his game, you saw what he can do. He was the MVP of the Super Bowl. You bought his jerseys.
Listen,
Hurts jerseys.
He didn't look good last week. I mean, it was a mess. Now, whether you blame it on Hurts or the play calling, or there's a lot of holes in these games.
At the bottom, and Mike Gill said it, like Scott Grayson said it. It's the offensive coordinator, like 6 coordinators in 6 different years. I get it, but guess what? It comes down to the players. Because when I talk to Chief and Talk and Jeff Harding, former Flyers players that I confide in, they tell me, the players got to perform.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I'm switching gears a little bit, but, it's same thing, same mentality. You put all the pressure on the coaching, making the right decisions. We're in the playoffs with the Phils, and the guy says after the game that he just panicked. I mean, this is, these are guys that are supposed to want the ball in their hand and make that play. And as a professional, I know you gave him some, you were advocating a little bit for his honesty.
You don't find that refreshing, Mr. Negadelphia?
I find it refreshing that he's honest about what happened, but I wish he was a little honest before we put him on the mound with the game on the line and everything. The honesty should have came out an hour before that. I mean, that would have been ideal.
All right, so let me ask you this question before we take a break. Robbie Thompson, you like him as a manager? I think I
love him as a person. He's a nice guy.
Well, I'm not talking about nice guy. I'm talking about his managerial gravitas.
Absolutely not.
You want him gone? Mr. Negadelphia wants him out?
I want him gone. I absolutely.
Really?
I listen. I'm probably not going to like the guy they put in place of him either. I'm just telling you now, they're making bad decisions. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. It didn't make sense to me what was going on. Everybody could talk about what was the right decision, statistics, whatever you want to say. It didn't look good to me, and the outcome was even worse.
Alex, do you think he's back? I think he's back.
I think we can get into it on the other side of the break, but I think there's a few guys that aren't coming back here.
Well, no, I'm not talking. I know that. I'm talking about you want Robbie Thompson back.
No.
You don't? You and Mr. Negadelphia?
There's just got to be a change. There's got to be a change. Nice guy, yeah, I agree. He's made some good decisions, but it gets to a point to where it might just have to be a mutual, just saying, "Hey, we had our window. That we got to move on."
We missed the
let's face it. It's easier to move the manager out or the coach than it is the players on the team.
That's usually the first domino to fall.
Absolutely.
Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the Second Hour Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. And go down there and say hello to Jason, Will, JM, Chet. They do a great job. All right. I want to tell you about the Jersey. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they'll have private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by the Vassar Pool Service, and Alex Barardis right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop fall savings and get up to 40% off select appliances like Frigidaire. Get ready for a season of hosting with the Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. The only oven that reaches 750 degrees for restaurant-quality pizza in as little as 2 minutes. Start making hosting easier with fall appliance savings today at the Home Depot. Only when using Stone-Baked Pizza mode. Offer valid October 2nd through October 22nd. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey. See site for full terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Ballybet, Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, Alex Barardis producing today. And, you know, the last couple of days it has been a unique situation with the play of our sports teams. And Mike said it was one of the weirdest days he's ever had on Friday after that. And I got to be honest with you, yesterday, PJ, we started our show off by playing taps. So, you know, but listen, real quick, because I was just talking to Alex during the break about this. So we got some free agents coming up. You want to break this team up? So who would you bring back out of our free agents?
Oh man. Well, I mean, listen. I mean, here's the thing, right? I think the whole year Schwarber we should have locked him up at the beginning of the year. We should have figured out a way to work something out with him. I know he wanted to perform through the year and then readdress it. I think we put ourselves in a tighter spot there. Yeah, I think he's going to win.
But he doesn't come through in the playoffs, so
we can't lose him.
His value is diminished a little bit.
For sure, but we can't lose Schwarber. Like, we have to bring him back. I mean, do we all agree on that we have to try and get him back no matter what?
What do you think, Alex?
Well, I talked about this yesterday on Hanging with Hennig here on 97.3 ESPN, where I said I'm all right with losing Schwarber.
Ooh.
You know what?
What are we getting for him here?
Because I like this scenario. You bring the polar bear up in New York. He had a 1-year contract.
So my biggest fear with the Phillies right now is that we've seen the last of the showman, Bryce Harper. He's turning 33. He's been playing pro ball since he's, 18 years old. A lot of injuries. I'm not saying Bryce can't go out next year and, go back to what he was. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. But I do think what we saw this year, Bryce Harper, was just kind of average, and that might be where we're just at. So I'm figuring the natural progression of players, you play the field, you move to first base, then you move to the DH spot. Who's the best free agent first baseman out there right now? Pete Alonso, who hit 38 home runs with a 270 average.
And he's a right-hander, PJ.
And a right-hander. So you can put him right where Schwarber was, and instead of it being lefty-lefty with him and Bryce Harper, you can have the polar bear, Pete Alonso, being the righty, and then Bryce Harper being the lefty. But I also would bring back Harrison Bader and then JT Realmuto on a hometown discount contract.
Well, we need Realmuto for catcher. I mean, we don't have anybody else that we're going to – yeah. I mean, we need –
So Castellanos is making, $20 million next year?
Trade him for a bag of chips if you can.
Yeah, he could go. Nick could go in a second. We'd trade him for a washer machine at this point.
And I'd keep Harrison Bader as well. And I'd move away from Kepler. I say goodbye to Kepler.
What about Ranger?
He's gone. Can't stay healthy. As much as he pitches well, he pitched well against the Dodgers. I don't know. All right, guys. Wow, man. How fast did that go by, PJ?
It's going to be tough. Yeah, that was a quick 2 hours, man. That was quick.
It was it's unbelievable. All right, guys. Well, we got nowhere to go but up.
Can only get better.
All right. I want to thank Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News with his keys to the game, brought to you by Blitz's Market. Thank my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, from calling in from Greece, brought to you by Charlie's Bar. P.J. Corda, brought to you by the Vassar Pearl Service. Mr. Negadelphia, thank you, Alex. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with a Schweiner. See you next week, everybody.
Take it easy.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Hey, everybody, it's Mike.